Hey guys, hope you're well and keeping warm in this cold Nairobi weather. Today I want to talk about a very personal topic to me, myself, and it relates to most creatives outside there. I want to talk about a creative block. It's something that I have faced in this field that I am in. You know, it's a field that depends on you being very inventive, create content and different ways of creating it. You need to really think, try to be authentic, and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you just get a block, you don't have any inspiration, you can't come up with ideas, you're blank, and there's nothing as frustrating as that, especially when you're only as good as your last content. So today I want to talk about my experience with creative blocks, because you do have them and it's part of the creative process. Again, like I always say, I never thought I'd be doing this job or this kind of work. There was no social media during my time, but now I'm in this space, and to be honest, I've faced creative blocks more than 3-4 times since I started doing content creation. Creative blocks can be sorted out and it's normal. I'm just going to give you pointers on what I have done myself. It would be nice to hear from any creative outside there who has faced creative blocks and what they've done. But for me personally, because number one, I'm a perfectionist. I want to control everything that comes out of the page. Number two, I'm always working. I'm always thinking of the next best thing. Okay, so fine, we did a good job. The client liked this, but then me, I'm always moving to the next. So that can create exhaustion. I'm a workaholic. Yeah, everyone around me says that. So I'm always thinking, I'm always pushing myself. So then again, you will tend to burn out and then get a creative block. So what I've learned over the years, number one, is to take a break. Take a break. You can do a digital detox where you're not in social media spaces, you're not looking for inspiration in terms of looking at Instagram, Pinterest. Take a digital break. And that can only happen especially if you have a team, if you're able to delegate. Sometimes, and this I'm telling myself, if the caption is not perfect, let it go. It's very hard, but yeah, so let it go. Don't worry about every little thing. Be able to delegate to your team. Be able to say, okay guys, I'm taking a break for 3 weeks. See you guys. Go and look for inspiration somewhere else. So taking a break, a detox break, is important, and if you have a team to delegate, please delegate. So to enable yourself to free your mind and remove yourself from that space of just the work environment. So taking a break. Number two is just, even when there's no inspiration, don't sit and wait for it. Just continue working. Just do the work, commit, come up with a schedule. Even when you feel like of late have not been releasing content that is great quality, please just be consistent. Sometimes it's not about perfection. Not every work you will do will be perfect. So sometimes consistency helps you to get back into your creative juices flowing. So sometimes just be consistent, create even when it's not your best work. And that's the part of content creation that people forget. It's a job at the end of the day. I will not only create content when I feel like or when I have ideas. You know, the client doesn't want to know. And also at the end of the day, it's a job. You show up to work even when you do not feel like showing up. So you show up. Showing up and being consistent, number two, it's key. The third thing is also get inspiration from my team. Sometimes I don't have the ideas. I need to ask them and then we brainstorm. So don't think you're the fountain of ideas. It's only you who has ideas. So talk with your team. Sometimes even your family, your friends, your sister, people around you can give you ideas. You can get inspiration from very many places. So don't struggle on your own. Talk about it. Ask other people, what do you think? Could you help me with ideas? So also get inspiration from other people around you. Another point is, when you get a creative block, think about how you can make your working environment more colorful, music, make it more vibrant so they can go to those creative juices flowing. For example, I usually change up the workspace. I'll change up the interior if I can. It doesn't have to involve a lot of money. Just make your workspace more bright, more colorful. It helps those creative juices to flow. You can't force creativity, so sometimes you need to do self-care, which is you need to remove yourself, eat well, exercise, go for a hike, take a walk, read a book, binge watch on series. It's up to you, whatever makes you relax, ride a bike. So self-care is very important, it's very key, so that you can free your mind and you can start having ideas. You could also change your scenery, meaning you remove yourself from the office or wherever you work, your studio, go to a cafe, take a weekend break, work from somewhere else, go to a quiet cottage. Changing your scenery also helps, because you're removing yourself from that stress and pressure and that environment that is making you feel, you know what, I'm not able to achieve. I have clients work, they are called and everything. So change your scenery. Something else is always have notebooks or whatever people nowadays use on technology. I don't know, I'm a notebook person. Notebook and pen always draft your ideas, draft your thoughts, save pictures, because when you don't have inspiration, that's a place to go back and refer and get inspiration from. So have your notebook, scrapbook. If you use your phone, if you use your tablet, always collect ideas, because the day you don't have ideas, that's where you pick your ideas from. Something else you could try is break down what you need to do. It helps you feel like it's manageable, it's not overwhelming, and then prioritize what is necessary, because sometimes it could be also why you experience a creative block. There's too much for you to do, too many ideas, so that you're not able to clear your mind and focus on one or two things. I always say, in a day, if you can pick 3 things, then the day is done. I better do 3 things well, and then instead of doing 10 things and not doing a good job of it. So create a list, and it helps you manage your thought process and helps you not to feel overwhelmed. Another way of dealing with a creative block is sleep, guys. Sleep. Like someone like me who struggles with insomnia, let me tell you, if you do not sleep, then your mind can't think, you're cranky, you're not eating well, you're not exercising. So sometimes just sleeping helps. Sleep enough. Some days, sleep even 10 hours. I remember when I was younger, I could do 10 hours. Now, if I just do 4 hours, I'm lucky. I feel like I'm in heaven. So if I could sleep 6 hours, then my mind is refreshed and I have a blank slate, and my thoughts come easily and ideas come through easily. So sleep is basically as sleep. And then also water intake. Something else which I want to try, and I've read a lot about it, is try meditation. Meditation helps you to calm your thoughts, to calm your mind, especially for creatives. Their mind is always running overtime, looking for ideas, looking for inspiration on Pinterest and wherever. So your mind tends to be everywhere. So meditation does help. You could try and start with 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening. It helps calms down your thoughts. It helps you be able to arrange also your thought process. So meditation is something you could try. Something else is know when to move on from a project. It's very important. Have a process on how you deal with brands, or how you deal with projects. There has to be a start and an end. Sometimes you get stuck with a project and it never stops. So know when to move away, know when to know you've done enough, know when maybe you have outgrown, or maybe it does not align anymore. Know when to say, I think I have exhausted my ideas when it comes to this brand, or when it comes to this product. So know when to stop and move on. Remember also, for most creatives, to celebrate wins. Celebrate when you've done a good job. It's something I struggle with. That helps you not to be too hard on yourself and to feel like, I'm not creating the best content, because it's like creative process, like chasing the wind, like, what is the next best thing? What can I do better? How can I get more engagement? How can I get people to like, to share, to save? And also, the space changes so fast every day. We are now on Reels. I don't know what is going to be next. There's TikTok. So sometimes you don't stop celebrate your wins. So you're always trying to catch up. You're always trying to be relevant. It's actually a very, very demanding field. And so celebrating your wins helps you to manage your stress and helps you to appreciate where you've come from and where you're going. So before I finish, there's also another side of social media where sometimes you create content and you can get negative feedback, sometimes you get positive feedback, and that's just part of the creative process. Not everything you create people will like. Sometimes there's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of bullying on social media. Remember, I always say, make the block button your best friend. That's why it's there. If someone is negative, or someone is not offering positive criticism, because criticism is what you grow from. If someone is just negative, if someone is just attacking you for no reason, block. That's why the block button is there. And also, don't focus too much on the likes and the shares to validate your content. You always have to decide what parameters will you weigh your content. So if it's good quality, sometimes the quality is good, sometimes I miss on engagement. So you just improve on the last content you created. And so don't wait for affirmation in terms of likes, in terms of being told a good job. Bad and good feedback is part of it. Negativity is part of it. So when you get negative feedback, don't make it feel, because it's normal, it can make you feel like, okay, I don't want to create content, they're not appreciating it, or maybe I'm not good enough. There's something also called imposter syndrome, where you feel like, am I good enough? Should I be in this space? Comparing yourself with others, which is good, but also don't overdo it, because everyone has their own niche, has their own way of doing things. So yeah, guys, try and balance the feedback in terms of negative feedback and positive feedback. And remember, not everything or every content you produce will be liked. As long as you're doing the best and you're continuously working on improving yourself, then you're good. So guys, before I wrap up, I'd really like to ask people out there, creatives, influencers, in whatever field you are in, have you experienced a creative block? How have you gone about it? Kindly share. I would also like to learn from you. It's a field that is new also for me, so getting ideas from you would also help me in this space that I am in. So share what has worked for you and what hasn't, and what your experience has been, especially in the social media space and it comes to creating content. I hope you like this video. Share, subscribe, and until next time guys, God bless.